almost a year is not August.
I mean,
Since
It feels like a year.
it feels like a
it
year.
was last year.
Yeah,
It was last year, but
It was summer, fall, summer, right?
Yes.
I don't even remember,
Yes.
man, honestly. It was warm, though. I know that.
It was warm, yes.
For sure.
Dope.
You get to hear yourself in real time.
Oh,
I was waiting for the intro music, man.
I'm gonna start to use.
Okay. Because that's usually my cue.
Listen, we got dope intro music. Hit.
Oh, my. All right. Are we good?
we got 16 minutes in.
Yeah.
Literally, they going
There
to
we
include
go.
all that in
There
there.
we go. There you go. That's what's up. That's beautiful.
Yo, not the goats. Wow.
He added the sound effects. That's what I'm loving.
New year, new sounds.
We are back, y'all. We are back.
Boom, boom,
That's what's
boom,
up.
boom, boom. The goats are here. 2023,
Yes, sir.
season 2.
Season 2.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. How y'all been though? It's been a while.
It's like we were just saying a minute ago. It seems like forever, but it's only been a couple of months. It's only been a couple of months, and
Facts.
I think it's dope that you got 3 creatives that have very individual lives, very, very, very individual pursuits, but yet we can come back as a collective, and it still gels.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we never left.
Like we never left. Yeah, like that's so dope. That I think that shows the authenticity and how genuine the relationships are. So, and the intent. So that's
Facts,
really
facts.
dope.
For sure. But yeah, we got a special guest in the building.
Yeah.
Tanasia. Should I say your last name or no?
Tanasia Najae is
Tanasia
good.
Najae, okay. Just want to make sure, you
We're
know.
doing the kind of French light. No, I'm just playing.
Tanasia Najae, whichever
Najae.
one you want to
Add a
say.
little accent thing that you go in there.
It actually does have an accent on it, but
Come on, baby. Come on. We want to get it right.
So, I'm trying to think of how we met. I think I reached out on Instagram, and that's how we kind of first connected. And then the Cultivate event at the Gram last year, I think that's the first time we met in person. Tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, what you do, what you up to.
Yes.
And we can go from there, so yeah.
well, I'm Tanasia. I just recently moved back to Grand Rapids. It's going on almost a year now. I was living in London for a little bit, and I was studying.
International.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was studying my master's in magazine journalism there, and I created my own magazine. It was an arts and culture magazine that was devoted to giving a platform to rising artists. And the name was called RAISE, which stood for Demolish or Destroy. And so the whole concept was that we wanted to demolish and destroy barriers that get in the way of artists being able to succeed. So we talked about, racism, like homophobia, like many different things that get in the way of,
Right.
Wow.
Any and all barriers.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I don't want to interrupt, but
No, it's
I
okay.
gotta jump in there. Where did that come from? That is, you got deep real quick. We're not in 5 minutes. She got real deep.
Can I? Because I really want to get to like how you got into fashion,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff.
But
for
please,
sure. But
let's put a pinpoint there. We just got to go back to that because that's good.
How did that concept come? I've always wanted to create a magazine ever since I was younger. Like, I just always loved magazines. My grandma had a subscription to Vogue, so I was always reading them. But I always noticed that it didn't appeal to me. Like, the cover was always, maybe a skinny white woman, or it was always like mainstream celebrities, people that just I didn't relate to. And I always said if I were to create a magazine, it would be dedicated to girls like me or people that didn't have that platform usually. And so, yeah, that's where that whole concept came from.
Did you feel like you were competing against those magazines, or did you say, "Hey, I'm just carving my own lane"? I'm just doing my own thing.
Definitely no competition. I think.
Come on, girl.
I think obviously it's in the same industry, but I think different magazines have their different crowds that appeal to them. People like celebrities, so of course they'll go for the Vogues and things like that, but people who want to relate and hear real stories would gravitate more towards the type of magazine that I create. So
Absolutely. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of like me getting to know you too, but I think like how did you get into, you know, fashion, and like where's that whole like inspiration for you come from, or like start with?
I guess people always ask me like what influences my style, and I think it's hard to say. I just am I gravitate towards different pieces that I like, and I just have always just gravitated towards fashion. I guess I would say my grandma, she's a big influence on my fashion sense, just watching her growing up, just seeing like the elaborate furs and the big chunky jewelry, just seeing like a woman of that age not dim herself and be like, I'm gonna still be loud, I'm still gonna express myself. That I just always found that to be really dope. So
That's what's up. So what are you up to currently? I mean, I know because I'm involved, but
Tell me,
yeah,
'cause I want to know.
what's happening? What you working on? What you creating? What's going on?
Currently, I'm working on another magazine with an amazing team. Outfield is a part of that as a photographer and creative director. But it's called Impermanence Magazine, which the name means it centers around the philosophy that change is inevitable and it is constant, and that we should embrace change. And I think the concept came from me spending so much time in London, like being alone for the majority of the time and experiencing so many things by myself. And although I had like, you know, books to read and different like podcasts to listen to and things like that, I still felt like there were some things that I didn't know how to get through on my own, or even with the help of those things. So I wanted to create a magazine that caters to like the very intricate parts of our everyday lives. Like you can talk about loneliness, but like what does loneliness really feel like, and what does it really look like, and how can we express that through fashion and conversation and all of that. So that's basically what we're working on at the moment.
It's amazing. You're like diving deeper into the intimate moments that everyone experiences, like no matter what you look like or the challenges that you face. That's really
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
Go ahead.
I think this is the elephant in the room. As people, we're all from Grand Rapids. Why the hell you come back to Grand Rapids?
Good question.
And that has nothing to do with Grand Rapids, but
We all trying to get out.
you clearly have enlightened, diversified, broadened your mind and your outlook on creativity and all this, that, and the other. Why Grand Rapids?
Honestly, it wasn't by choice. It definitely wasn't. I finished school, money, needed to find a job, all that. Guess I could blame it on capitalism, but it wasn't a choice. But I think that, like, as I've been here for going on a year, like, I realized it was for a reason. Like, God really did lead me back here. I think, like, leaving here when I was 17 and not having come back since I've been, like, 23. Now I'm 24, but there was so many things that I didn't address in that time period. And I think being back home and really spending more time with family and like uncovering parts of myself that I didn't, I think it was really necessary, especially like in the development of this magazine specifically.
Dope.
Yeah. And I don't think the concept for this magazine would have come had I not come back home.
Okay.
So
Can we ask who's on the team?
yeah.
We know Outfield is the award-winning.
Oh my gosh! There we go.
And things like that. So it's a given that he's on. He didn't tell us he was the creative director too, but
I mean, we just established that. Today.
Yeah, we really just
Literally.
established that today.
Literally.
I know I see more in Outfield than just a photographer, even though that's more than enough. But I think like photographers do have more to contribute than just taking photos, and so I wanted to give him something more to contribute.
Okay.
But who's on the team? Well, my best friend Kiana, she's just all around, like she's just an all around girl. She helps me with everything. She has a really good eye, and also she does a lot of community work as well, like dealing with homeless. She works at Planned Parenthood, so she does a lot of community outreach. So she she helps with that. And I'll actually talk about the community part of our project as well. But Kiana, another one of my best friends, she lives in Seattle, but she does a lot of social impact work too. So she's helping. I have a great photographer named Ivan. You guys might know him. He's based in Grand Rapids.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Carbon Stories.
Carbon Stories, yeah.
Very dope.
Yeah, Tori Nam, she is someone I went to high school with, and she's an amazing artist. She's the art director, but she's so talented at everything, really. Missing someone.
Definitely don't forget about it.
Right.
You.
Oh, me, obviously. But
Editor-in-Chief.
we have a lot of other people who have they play a part in the development of it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess should I get into that about the community part of it?
Yeah. Before that, I really want to get into like, because I know, I mean, always I've been part of the process, but like the changes, you know, from not having a name to where our name is now to, you know, the inspiration and all that kind of stuff behind everything, just that progress to where we're at this point. If you want to kind of talk into that.
Yeah. So I think it started out as me wanting to create a lookbook. Like I wanted to get more into fashion and styling, and I was like, I don't have a portfolio. How am I going to walk into these spaces and be like, I'm a stylist if I have nothing to show for it, really? So I wanted to create like a tangible product where people can look and see things that I've done. But then I started thinking like I want it to be way more than that. Like it's not just about dressing and fashion. It's like telling stories. And so that whole process was like us literally getting together, me telling them what I wanted, and then we just talking through our own experiences when it came to like the COVID times. And that was
I think that first meeting was powerful. I think just in terms of us discussing like what we were going through in our individual experiences with COVID. I think it brought like community within us as a group.
Exactly.
You know, that closeness as well. But I think it led to kind of the direction that you wanted to kind of, you know, go with the magazine. So
definitely.
So why Impermanence? How do we land on that as a title?
I've never heard that. Just
I didn't hear about it either until she.
In my life.
I don't even know how I landed on that name. I think I was honestly just doing research on like people's experiences with COVID and just like how it's affected people, and just trying to find something that encompassed like this overall experience. And all it is was just like a big change. And it's like people are still trying to adjust to the change. They're still trying to, like, life is literally just changing every second. Like, and COVID was just like a big change. So I figured, why not have impermanence, which means that change is inevitable, because it really is. Like, that's all it was. So, yeah.
It really, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because we're just talking. It's not a fashion magazine, is it?
More than that,
exactly.
But that's important. That's important.
Right. So,
for sure.
Because I keep hearing this person is worked in the community, or this person has worked in the social aspect, and it really seems like it's a cultural or social project.
Yeah.
To kind of dissect the beauty in layers and stuff like that. So, is it coming from the perspective of a black woman, or just a magazine, or just a fashion magazine, or social? I mean, what's the vision?
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I think you could say it's coming from a perspective of a black woman, because I am, but I think what people don't realize is that the stories of black women tell the stories of so many people. Like,
talk about it.
The experiences we have are just like all encompassing. Like we experience so much that somebody else can relate to it too. So I wouldn't say it's just the stories of a black woman. It's stories of just people in general.
That's good. That's good.
But I guess when it comes to the fashion part of it, I think, just like you said, that was a big part of it, because fashion is so like interlinked to our identity, and people don't realize that. And I just wanted to emphasize that a lot, just showing like, even personally speaking, my style sense has changed as I've grown and evolved and got to know myself more. I think when I was more in my shell, it reflected through the way that I dressed. Like I wore like more subtle tones and quieter jewelry. And then as I became more comfortable in being who I am and being louder and being more expressive, like I'm now love prints. I love fur. I love chunky giant hoop earrings. Like, so yeah.
That's interesting. So yeah, talk about community piece, because I think that's, really vital to, I think, the magazine itself and what we're trying to do. Because it's, obviously it's more than a magazine. I think the magazine is a vital part, but, being able to see what we're going to be able to do in the community and that aspect is really important. So
for sure.
Talk about that.
Well, we want to show the importance of choice. Basically, we're doing a clothing drive for homeless people and people facing financial issues in the community. And reason being is because I'm a big thrifter, but I find that when I go to thrift stores like Goodwill and things like that, it's typically people's scraps, like shirts with stains on it, stuff that people don't really want. And so those are the things that these homeless people have. That's the only choice they have, is to go to these places and get clothing items just for, practicality, just putting on a shirt or putting on pants or putting on a jacket. But I think, like I said, fashion is so linked to our identity that it's important that people have the opportunity to choose what they look like. And if I don't have that choice, like, how can I be expressive and how can I, show my identity? So this clothing drive will basically be giving people that space to choose clothes that are very expressive. So we're gonna be picking items that are fun.
Right. So kind of curating, that kind of experience. I think being able to have a shopping experience where it's like, pick what you want because you want it, not because you have to get it, or that's just what is available.
Exactly.
I think especially with things being cold and those type of things, you kind of just, I'm just going to get this because it's going to keep me warm or whatever. So being able, I think that the point of choice and being able to have like the option to choose, like we all get, I want to wear this today, that's what I'm going to do. Some people, obviously that's not always the case. So I think that's really important for sure. So doing that, so tell me about the barrels. I mean, obviously I know, but like what are we doing with barrels and around the city and those type of things?
Yeah, it's still in the works, but we are getting barrels and we're placing them at prominent places in Grand Rapids. So some downtown, some maybe, I don't really know Grand Rapids like that, but on the other side, around the city, all over. And we're hoping to put them in locations where people can just drop off items that they want to donate. We're going to decorate these bins and brand them.
Right, with the Impermanence logos and those type of things, yeah. So, and I think being able to allow the community to be part of the process, right? So they're able to come bring clothes, and then we're able to be able to create that experience for people to come in. Is really exciting. So one, we need barrels for sure. GoFundMe, we'll link all that stuff on the site and those other things.
We need money.
Money.
Yes.
Grants. Yeah. All the money and those type of things. So not just for like the community piece, but obviously for the magazine and producing that as well too. So anything else in terms of impermanence?
I think also emphasizing through this clothing drive, just emphasizing the importance of sustainability, like through fashion, just the way fast fashion is going, it affects people's housing. Like that it contributes to a lot of like resource lack, like so many things. So showing people that you can still be fashionable and shop secondhand is something that I also want to emphasize. Like all the styling throughout the magazine is going to be thrifted clothing, like basically.
Of course, yeah.
Back to the fashion piece. Do you feel as black people, and especially as a black woman, are you boxed in with your beauty, what you have to wear, what's considered beautiful, what's considered attractive, what's considered sexy, what's considered fashionable? Do you feel that limitations have been put on you, and is that what you're trying to break past and kind of demolish that thinking? If I said that right.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked that question because I was just talking with a friend about that. I really like tailored outfits. Like I love suits. I love that type of vibe. But we were just talking about like if I go to a party, I won't feel inclined to put on a suit because that's not what the world deems sexy. And so I'm constantly trying to fight that within myself and being like, I can wear what I want and still feel good about myself, and regardless of what the world may deem sexy, like if I feel sexy in it, then I'm sexy. But I definitely think like as Black women, we experience a lot of over-sexualization and all those things. So that definitely contributes to the way that we feel inclined to dress. But I'm definitely trying to jump out of that, definitely.
Do you, is that a tightrope to walk for you when you start thinking about the magazine? I want to have a sexy layout. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I don't want to show no skin. I don't want to, so you don't want to be over sexualized and stuff like that. So.
But I still would. Like I'm one of those people that I think like, oh, if you want to be naked, then you be naked and you sexy. You be fully clothed from head to toe. You still sexy. So like, I don't think there's any way I'm not trying to necessarily promote that the opposite of being unclothed is sexy. If I said that right.
You're trying to promote like what makes you feel like you're being embraced. What makes you feel empowered.
Exactly.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that looks like is okay, basically.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that individual aspect, which I think we talked about with the magazine and the community piece too, of like having your individualness and being able to like be that, whatever it is.
For sure.
Is important for sure.
Which I think is really cool because, like, just as a society, I feel like that has been more welcomed, is to just be yourself more openly, I guess. Whereas, like, George, your question as far as, like, the fine line of walking that line of, you know, what do you feel is acceptable and, like, what do you feel most comfortable? It's like you're creating this magazine to kind of just, again, empower the people who are looking at the magazine or get to experience the magazine to just be feeling strong in who they are, whether that's through fashion or, other people's fashion. I mean, really.
You said something a second there ago. So you feel like society is more open now or more receptive to exploration of what is...
individualness?
Yeah. Do you feel society is...
I would say as a general whole, yes. Just because, I mean, history... I feel like history is a very solid stand ground for just the differences in between then and now. I'm not saying that. I think social media gives us the opportunity to judge people easier and more fluidly, and for everyone to witness that judgment. And so we're seeing it so much. It's like, it's not to say that it didn't happen as frequently back in the day, but social media is a totally different ballgame in terms of... is it acceptable or isn't it? It's like there's just so much commentary all the time. So I think that's why a lot of people might think like, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like people are accepting of these people. But I really think that there's a lot more people in the world who are just embracing who they are on a day-to-day basis because they feel more capable, because they're able to meet other people within a room and be like, these are our challenges. Let's create something great to then embrace that feeling and make others feel embraced in this feeling.
I think what you said about social media is really interesting because I think although society as a whole is more receptive to people being self-expressive, I think social media has promoted this idea that we have to brand ourselves, or we have to be like fit in a certain role aesthetic. We have to look a certain way to be like valued. Like even if your social media Instagram profile is like, there's no specific look or aesthetic, people are like, what is this? And so I think that has caused a lot of people to feel like they have to box themselves in. Like if I'm going to be this Instagram baddie, then I have to be really sexy and really unclothed.
Go dive all
exactly. If I'm going to be own a business or whatever, I have to be very tailored and very suit like it doesn't leave room for people to be fluid to me. Like I feel like everybody feels like they have to be like typecasted and just certain.
Those are both amazing points. So I'm asking both of you, like that is really good. How do you break out of that? Because like you said, social media
Out of what exactly?
Out of fitting in the box and feeling you have to be in the box because you will be. Social media is a place of being judged. You know,
I mean, they're gonna put you in the box regardless.
Exactly, but I love the language you use, Sophie, of being fluid with your creativity, with your fashion sense. How do you stay fluid and creative with that ever looming presence of social media and providing content that will get you the likes or the attention? How do you fight that?
Well, first of all, I don't have the golden answer by any means. I'm not that person, but I think a big thing.
Well.
I appreciate the hype. I appreciate the hype, but I think the biggest thing about social media is, and I mean, I got into social media a little bit later on in life, you know, maybe than other generations. Like, I don't know, I maybe joined Instagram like in high school, like late high school,
right?
If I recall. And I think how we participate in these programs, we can call them programs, I guess.
Right.
How we participate in these programs and what we are willing to digest from the program and what we are receptive to. I think there's many facets to how we're utilizing these
programs.
These outlets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, because I can go on Instagram, be one person, and then I can go on Facebook and be a whole nother person. And don't even get me started about Twitter. You know, so it's like,
man.
And then you have all the other things that are just constantly popping up. So it's like, okay,
TikTok.
If we think about how do we need to, you know, move around these things? How do we need to, I guess, what's the best way to navigate this? It's like, well, I mean, we live in a very fast-paced life. Maybe we need to slow down, or maybe we need to
talk about it.
Go just do some of that inner work. And I think a lot of that this is what I think is so beautiful about what you guys are doing with the magazine, is because ultimately that magazine is allowing you to do like the main digging deeper into figuring out like what suits me in terms of fashion and like how can I relate that to my daily life. Absolutely. It's like if you are going onto social media and looking for a certain, you know, outcome, then that's what, you know, you have to be open to whatever you're going to get. And if you don't like it, then you have to be able to shut that down or guard it. And I think that's just kind of how to navigate social media in general.
I take social media breaks like every month.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Do you feel pressure from social media? Do you have to starve yourself?
Inevitably, I mean, we're human, so I think we're influenced like without it we even knowing. But for me, I take like literally I deactivate my page. My friend would send me a post on Instagram and then seconds later my page is gone. Like
and I think in December you did too. I was like,
user not found.
Like, where's she
at? Because just like you said, it's important to like take a step back and be like, what do I think? What do I feel? Like outside of like even when I get dressed, I know people are like, oh, I go like get ideas from like Pinterest and stuff like that, and it's like I found myself doing that, but then I was like, wait, no, what do you feel like you want to wear today? Like so like you said, just being very intentional about the information that you're willing to take in. That's just important.
And I think a lot of that has to do with being self-knowing.
Absolutely.
If you're unable to latch on to what that is within you, it makes it really, really difficult.
For sure.
So I think it's amazing that you take breaks.
Yeah, all the time. I'd be like, girl.
But when y'all talk about breaks, does that mean I'm not going to post? I'm not going to look at social media?
Because there are differences.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gone. Like I don't exist on there.
Like delete the app?
No, my page is gone. You can't even search me.
Okay.
And I delete the apps. And I'll be gone. Like
now Sophie, you disappear too.
I mean, but she never. I don't see Sophie as like a social media person either. She just be there here and there. You know,
I'm very here and there, and I received some of like the best advice from a photographer that I've known for years. Her name's Leanne Cobb. Shout out Leanne. And
dope.
It was I mean, my main goal is to not just like be a model or anything. Like I feel like I'm very multifaceted.
Even though you do model out
Even
here,
though she does model.
I'm kind of all over the place.
Yes, she
but
is.
you on our model list, just so you know.
So super
All right.
Just putting up both of y'all
Let's
actually.
focus.
Yeah, actually, I did see
Let's
Jordan.
focus.
Sophie does
But hit me up.
everything.
Some of the best advice she ever gave me was, in terms of posting like frequency for like modeling portfolio, is to do it like minimum monthly. At least do one post monthly, just so that people know if they want to reach out. They know what you look like in the current state, and you know, things like that. And I'm like, that's just what it's gonna be.
Bam.
If I'm gonna post, it's gonna be on a monthly basis, and maybe stories here and there. But I'm not dedicating my life to whatever this is.
That is a hell of a discipline, because we live in an age of overconsumption, oversaturation. So both of you are talking about like really good discipline. Like Alfield has told me in the past, "Hey man, get off social media."
Leave.
He's told me that
Get
for different
off.
reasons and stuff like that.
It's
And
so accessible.
Keep your Twitter thoughts to yourself.
exactly.
Yes.
So I think that's really good.
But to tap into that, I think, and I was thinking about for myself with last year, like a lot of things were happening. So I was, posting for that, posting for promotional, posting for all this stuff. And then December comes around, and I'm like, I don't even be on it. Outside of like doing this for like promotion of my work or promotion for whatever it is that's happening, I wasn't even being on there like that. So it was just interesting to notice that like difference. So yeah.
You disappeared for about 3 months, 4 months. Like there was no outfit, there was no posting.
I ain't had nothing to post. That's what it was.
He wasn't posting.
My class was already done. I mean, all the stuff that had happened, magazine, all those type of things that happened. Like it was October, and everything was complete at that time. So it was like, well,
It's so mind blowing to me, because you got to think like, okay, we all just kind of talked about how frequent we are. George, how frequent are you posting?
well, now it depends on the apps, because Facebook.
Because I
that's
got
why I be telling us to stay off
rid
Facebook.
of,
You off Twitter?
I'm off Twitter.
Good job.
Because your Twitter used to leak into your Facebook.
Yep. No. I did, a long time ago. And I'm on IG, but I'll just post stories.
Okay.
Or I'll look at stories.
So you're uncommitted to whatever you're posting.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. But I love to consume information. And to add a level to that, I've had to limit my intake even on there, because, like I said, we live in such a fast society. Everybody has an opinion about something. Everybody wants to say something about something. And you have to watch your diet, or your social media diet. Otherwise, you just, like you said, you're getting bombarded. And it'll just mess with your head. So I've slowed down considerably.
Yeah.
Considerably.
Absolutely. So into slowing down. And this, kind of get into our first topic of the day.
We just get into the first topic. Oh man!
I mean, that's good. Hey, it's all good. I mean, the
I
one that I had
talk.
written, I had written down anyway.
We could do this for like 3 hours. This is bad.
I love to talk.
How long y'all
I'm here.
got?
I love it.
So for me, I'm trying to think. Like usually, like December, I do my disappearing, right? Get off social media, kind of slow things down, and work kind of slows down in general already for me. So, and I had just been thinking about, just creating excellence again. So I think for me, like I had a great year, not in terms of like the successes and those things I was able to do, but also like the work that I created, and just realizing like, am I still able to make this good work or make great work again? Just kind of thinking about like, well, okay, people have received it, they like it, they're buying it, yada 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 yada. So that slight doubt of like, am I still good? Can I still, still do this? And it was interesting because when we did our test shoot for Impermanence, like the shots that came out of that was crazy. So for me, it was like a
my God.
reinvigoration and kind of that reminder, like of like, okay, you still got the the juice.
Absolutely. First of all, if you ever need a reminder,
Right, I will remind you as well.
So I kind of want to just get into that, like that idea of like, how the ebbs and flows that come with being a creative, and realizing. And just each one of you guys' personal experiences with like that type of that feeling, or
But
when
that-
you haven't felt that?
That's actually what I was going to ask today. Is, when you're creating, when you write, when you style something, do you know when it's fire?
She said everything.
Okay, but it's the second part.
I mean, everything she styled the test shoot
Do
was
you know
fire.
it's fire?
Thank you.
Do you know it's fire? And do you come back and say, "Damn, can I top that?" Or do I got to take a hard left, or take a hard right to do something else, or can I stay? Is it hard to decide? Is it hard to feel empowered with your work?
I am so critical and such a perfectionist.
True.
And so he knows it's like it's a gift and a curse. Like
Yes.
I'm grateful for it, but it also is very I'm just never satisfied with my work. Like there will be very small moments where I'm like, yes, girl, like that's it. Like when we did that test shoot and it came out, I was like, wow, like this is amazing.
Those pictures are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they're amazing. They really are. But I think I always feel like I can top it, and that's the thing. I don't think I'll ever be like, yeah, like I made it. Like I always think like I can just get better and keep working. And it's good because it keeps me going, but it's also like, when do you stop? Like, when do you take a step back and be like, I did enough?
Enjoy the work.
Right.
So you're not intimidated by the challenge of topping your own work. You're not going to back off, because I know I've shot pictures in the past where I've written something and I go, man, that was good. I don't know if I can do something that good again. Like that is my muse for everything. I mean, do you ever feel the intimidation from yourself?
I definitely do feel intimidation, but I don't think it comes from a place of not feeling like I can top it. It's like, how are you going to top it? Like, yeah, I know you can, but like, what are you going to do? I think the perfect example is my magazine. Like, it went on to win like best magazine design, and like I won editor of the year for it, and everyone's just like,
Okay.
you did that, and I'm still just like, I can do better. And it's not even in a like overly like just thinking, like I just am genuinely like know what I'm capable of and what I have to offer, and so I'm always just pushing myself to just keep going. So yeah,
That's awesome. It's like your curiosity and what's next. It's
exactly
like what drives you. That's amazing.
Definitely.
So in those moments of like of doubt, where have you seen those like come from? Like what is, I guess, spurred on the like, oh, maybe I'm not, maybe I can't do it, or whatever it is. Like,
Was it out of comparison, maybe?
Yeah, I will say I think inevitably like we compare ourselves because we were talking about social media. We're always just seeing what is out there. I think where the doubt comes in, honestly, it's like the lack of resources. It's really the lack of resources. Like I know visually the concepts that I have are good. It's just like, do I have the resources to do this? Like even when it comes to the styling, like a lot of those clothes that we had, I pulled from my own closet. Like
Let's be even more specific about resources in case we got a donor out there that just wants to bless you. Tell us
We need the money.
what you need to do a fire shoot.
Money.
Just money.
Money. I need money. Like I think when it comes to talent and getting photographers to shoot, I have a good eye for talent. I know the people out there. So really just providing like outfit, for example, like photographer's right here, but does he have the spaces, the venues to shoot at? Like those are the type of resources we need. Like anything that we may need for a project, like whether it be a venue, whether it be outfits, whether it be transportation, we got to travel across the city to go to this really dope venue.
It's good.
Those the type of resources.
and I would even say just like team. I mean, I think there's people here to hairstylists, makeup, all those different things. But it's also you want to be able to pay them what they're worth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's always the tension too. Is like, obviously getting people to buy in with a project. Knowing that they might not be paid at this moment is always key. But if you're able to like pay them, it's like
Exactly.
there's no issue with
Yeah,
with getting
absolutely.
people to commit. So
Absolutely.
I think you touched on something, and we can push it a little bit more. Collaboration for resources.
absolutely.
How has that been for you? How's the journey with collaborating with people known and unknown here in the city, or even outside the city, where you just like, hey, I just want to work with you. I want you to work with me. What's the reception like?
It's been very nice. I think honestly that's something that makes me feel good, that people are like, I trust you and I'm willing to just rock with you. And like reaching out to Outfield and the team that I have now, it was just off a whim. Like it was literally just an idea, and us together formulated something. So I think just them initially trusting me and being like, we're going to get somewhere. Like, I'm willing to work with you and see. So that's been really nice. But obviously I would love to be able to pay the people that work with me. So that's kind of been dang. And I think
right.
And I think also just what was I going to say? Oh, also just being like a visionary person, like a very visual person, it's hard for me to sometimes give word to what I'm seeing in my head. And so collaborating with people would be like, this is what I want, but they're like, what? We've definitely
had
run
a lot
into
of those.
that.
Like, okay, break that down again, please.
Exactly. So it's hard, and it's frustrating sometimes, because it's like, dang, y'all, this is what I want, but I have to explain it to you. And then I feel like through moments like that, you lose so many parts of the vision. Like, I wish that I was capable of just like somebody could just see my head, and then go from there.
So that's interesting. And I think the other topic I had was like the tension between like idea and execution. And like, I guess you kind of touched on that, but if you guys want to kind of dive in, but kind of talk more about like that tension, because I think about for myself with personal projects. And one of my goals with this year was to work on a lot of personal projects and put those out, because I have all these, these Google Docs with all the information, who I want to be part of, yada, yada, yada. So it's always like, okay, I have the idea, but then obviously you need all these people to be involved. You need funding, you need places, you need time, and it's scheduling all these people and, all the kind of things. So that, having the idea, but also not always getting to the, implementation phase. So kind of talk a little bit about that, and you guys can, for, personally or past projects or...
Oh, the hard swallow there. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think I struggled with like having like way too many ideas and then choosing which idea to start, and then that would halt me from doing anything. And then I would just be like, well,
yep.
I don't know. I don't know where to start, so I don't know. I got too many ideas in the pot. And so I think over time, as I just like gotten older, I've been able to slow down and just figure out how to actually process. And I think you having Google Docs is like brilliant. I didn't even think of it on that scale, but I'm a huge list person, so I think lists are very helpful. But as of lately, I would just say, I think intimidated is kind of a good word. Not saying that like I've come up with like my greatest ideas yet,
right?
But I think the intimidation comes from maybe just the fast pace of just where we're at with everything, just in life. Something, not that I feel pressure necessarily. I don't even know that I want to be a part of whatever that even is, as far as like world. Right. You know what I mean?
So it's internal.
I would say it's more internal. Yeah, it's more of an internal like thought process for sure for me, when I come up with an idea and whether or not I'm going to execute it. So then that internal then turns into very intentional. So when I do something, it's like something I've thought about for maybe even months, or I've had just so many things to look at and like kind of reflect on before I execute it. Right. But I kind of have always been that type of person. I just feel like that process has prolonged as I've gotten older, and the things that I
think you said something that was dope, and it's something that I'm dealing with right now.
Okay.
How do you go from the internal contemplation and vacillating back and forth? How do you go from that to the execution? Like, because since you have this great idea for this magazine, and it's big and bold, it's in my mind, and you go back and forth in your mind going, I don't know if I can do that. Well, maybe I could. Maybe I did. How do you go from that to, we're going to do this? Let me go.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get the
real
best quick. It's interesting because I remember we're in the idea phase, and I think I had a moment where I was like, oh, this mug is starting to, like, it's becoming more real now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so now things are like moving and happening, and anyway, but yeah.
Definitely. I think one, as I already said, I'm a perfectionist, so I think that whole in between phase, it's like you feeling like you had to have a perfected piece before you even get started. And I think that's what kind of puts me to a halt sometimes, is I'm just like, it's not ready yet, it's not ready, it's not ready. But I think having accountability, like in terms of the people that you're on a team with, because there's been so many moments with the magazine, like starting in the beginning, where I was just like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I was like, I don't know where this is going. Like, I'm just
switching names.
Yeah,
we don't got an idea.
I was just like, I'm gonna just bring this back up later when I have more of a like an idea of where this is going. But I think having a team that is willing to show up every meeting and like be there and be committed, it just like in the morning people will be like, we having the meeting, I'm like, oh shoot, like, let me get up and go to the meeting.
Right, where you at? We here.
Exactly.
I think that was a great word, accountability.
It is a great word.
Definitely.
I don't think we associate that with creativity a lot of times.
Yeah.
We think it's very individual.
It's very, and it's in business, it's in emotions, it's in your mind, it's in spirituality. But can I be disciplined in my creativity?
Yeah, and I think that the community aspect, you know, I mean, I think about just like all the creatives I've been able to meet over the years in the city, you know, and just like me and you, George, you know, that type of, you know, those conversations where like, okay, what you working on? What you doing? I'm still waiting for your book. You know, like you seeing all the abilities and talents that you know your friends or your fellow creatives have, and it's like, well, you should. There's no reason why you can't do this, or you know, you haven't done this yet. So that kind of, you know, seeing that and then wanting to be able to, you know, push people and hold them accountable for sure.
Can I piggyback off that? So I'm curious, Tanasia, okay, so you met Alfield at this event. It was like a creators event, right? Like you all come together and like,
it was
like a
cultivate
marketing type of networking.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
So, you know, you go home, you know, you do your thing, whatever, you go about life, and then what was the jump start for you to just be like, I'm gonna message Alfield, or you're gonna message whoever's on your team currently for the magazine? Like, how did you? How did you make that move? Like, other than accountability, was there something greater than that made you push? Yeah.
God, you said greater, because I was gonna say, I just be doing what God tells me to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, there's always, it's just to be very loud. Like, you need to do this. Yeah. Like, you need to.
It was spiritual.
Yeah.
Like, it was a spiritual. Yeah.
I'm just like, it just can't. When things come out of nowhere, I know it's for a reason. Like, why would I think to reach out to this person if it wasn't for a reason? Like, I don't know him,
just do it,
you know, just do it. So I just did it, and that's what.
You know, I think listening to you, I think right now you're still downplaying how dope you are. Because, and this is why I say that, because you've used the terminology or the wording loud a few times in this conversation, and it's almost like we haven't seen how loud you want to get.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Exactly. And that's as another creative, when I hear you talk like that, I'm like, okay, where she gonna push? You know, she gonna really push the boundaries with it. You love seeing another creative just kind of break out of the box, break out of the mold and stuff like that. But
for sure,
you have used these terms like chunky and clunky and loud and bright, and you use all these really big, bold words. Are you downplaying it right now? Or are you playing it safe? That's what I meant right now.
I definitely think I have.
Being humble.
Yeah.
I don't believe in being humble, but I definitely think I have a tendency to play things safe, because I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna say too much yet. Like, really, once it's there, then you'll see. But
a little teaser.
Yeah.
Definitely a planner. That's good.
Yeah.
Bet. Man, that's crazy.
He's like, we have a magazine that we're working on.
No, it really is nuts.
Right.
The team is great. They really are.
That's amazing. I love it though, because you really just went with your intuition that night, that day that you hit up whoever you hit up on your team, and you just, it's rolling. Oops, sorry. It's rolling. It's clicking and rolling.
I swear I got like 5 voice messages.
No, really?
Literally.
Just talking.
On Instagram.
Okay.
But that just says so much about like how like deep rooted this is for you and like the team. Like for sure. I love it. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Now,
I'm excited for you guys.
Can I ask
Really.
one? Okay, your last magazine. What was the name of it again?
Raise.
Okay. Is there any overlap?
And like with that one and this
Yep.
one?
Is there any overlap? Or are we going to see and experience something totally different?
I think it is in terms of giving people that safe space to express themselves and tell in-depth stories. The last magazine was very catered to specific artists and, you know, musicians, painters, whatever it may be. And this one is geared towards everyday people, whether you're artist, whether or not. Yeah, so it does have that overlap, but I don't think this one's not as specific as the other one was.
Nice. Very nice.
That's complex.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need the money.
Right.
Listen, if y'all out there and you have resources,
Yes.
please
Can we
hit
get
this
a money?
up.
A money?
Right. Ching-ching.
Yes. Just like you said, hairstylist, makeup
right.
artist,
Yeah.
all those.
All the above.
So are you going to be fielding offers from a makeup artist?
I mean, we got a list of people already.
Okay.
Yes,
Of
we
course,
do.
we you know.
Okay. But I mean, I guess, I guess, are you with this? Okay, being out there now,
It's out there.
it's out there.
Can't take it back.
Are you getting people coming up to you in in the city? Hey! I know how to do such and such. Can I get on?
I haven't gotten that yet.
Are you going? I mean, what you gonna do with that? Will you work with that though?
I will.
Okay.
I definitely will. I have a very specific vision, so
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm not willing to work with people, but I think I have an idea of like who I would ideally want, and if I meet someone that aligns with that, then I'm open for whatever.
But you have no problem saying no.
I don't have a problem saying no. I'll feel no bad.
That's important. That's important, though. That's key as a
Definitely.
person as well as being an artist, for sure.
That is.
Because you got to be happy with your products. Like, you got to be happy with what you're producing, or what's the point? So,
Very,
Well,
very
and I
true.
think your resume says it alone that you know when to say no and you know how to go about what you do best.
yeah.
Nice.
It's a learning process, though, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
It is. So kind of to our second thing. So last year I worked on a class with Skillshare. So I was in my room recording, looking at the camera, which is super weird. And this actually, I think it's your question, George, but like for me, I kind of became the art versus like creating it.
Yes.
So I think your question was, what was it? Like,
Being
how does the artist feel when they become the piece of art?
Right.
So for me, it was a weird experience. Like, okay, I'm in my room recording, saying things to a camera, and nobody else is there, and like every day for multiple hours. So it was an interesting experience. It was a learning experience. It was a growth experience for me personally. But yeah, for you guys.
Well, I think, for one, I just want to throw something. Sophie slips in between artists and
That is
creator
very true.
effortlessly.
Very true.
Effortless. Just with no effort whatsoever. I mean,
The painter who rarely painted.
so, yeah.
Who rarely paints. That's what it is. Is that what it is? The painter who rarely paints. Yeah.
Wow, you dug
Model,
that one out.
photographer.
You dug that one out.
Oh my god! Right.
Well,
Hold on. What else on the
Are
resume?
you just behind the camera? Are you just behind the pen? Or do you step in front of the camera?
Everyone always wants me to, but I feel like I feel much more comfortable behind the scenes.
Okay.
Because I think I've gotten so wrapped up in this like directive role that when I'm in front of the camera, I'm still directing and playing that like, okay, move your arm this way. Like I don't know how to feel it naturally because I'm so used to like critiquing everything. And so
Very good.
I'm always critiquing myself in front of the camera.
You
too.
know what's interesting? I think one of the first messages I had was I was asking you if you modeled.
Yeah.
And I think I just love the content you had on your IG. So I think that was interesting.
Very nice.
But
I always get that, but I just feel like I feel more comfortable
Yeah.
behind the camera.
Do you think if you stepped in front of it, you were the subject, either being written about or photographed? Do you think that would change or broaden your perspective on, okay, I can create like this now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll always talk about it. I don't like being in front of the camera. I like being behind it. I like writing.
we're going to need you for the magazine, so
Okay, man.
let's
Right.
get
We'll
ready.
get to that.
Get ready.
Get to that.
Just
Do you think that's a step you need to take in order to get a new set of eyes to become a little bit
different
better?
perspective, right?
Yeah. Do you need a new set of eyes?
I think it would probably help me just open up more myself. I think it would also help me to like take a step back and stop critiquing all the time, maybe, and take things as they come.
Right.
I think that would definitely help. Just me feeling overall just comfortable in general. I think that, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You, George?
No, I'm good. I'm listening.
There was, and I think you also talked about like control. So just thinking about like, okay, I am on a different side, right? You're on a different perspective.
Yes.
So, being, for example, being a model, or, you as well being a model, like kind of losing a little bit of that control. Like, is that ever a factor into not wanting to be from a different perspective as a creative?
Yes.
I was just gonna say, when George asked you that question about whether or not like you are a fan of being in front or behind the camera, or I think a big thing about that is that comfortability, because if we don't trust the person who's behind the camera or who's documenting whatever we're doing that we take and we're very passionate about, then how can we be like comfortable expressing our passion? Or,
Very
you
true.
know what I mean? So I think it really depends on that comfortability.
So Sophie, you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, a model has to trust a photographer.
Definitely.
A model has
Absolutely.
to trust a stylist.
Definitely.
Wow, I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
And you would think it's to be expected.
Yeah, you think that like, when you hire someone to take your photos, and
It's a given.
I'm mentally prepared to model and you're
Right.
prepared to direct me and like shoot my photo, you would think that it's just like a given, but no, it's very complex. It's
It
very
also
complex.
it reflects in the photos, like if they feel comfortable. That's why I say, like, as a stylist, I think it's important that although I have a vision for how I want these models to look, they still have to feel like themselves, because it's going to reflect in the photos that we take.
Good.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely important, that they feel comfortable ultimately.
That's very good.
So then you take someone who doesn't model very often, and they're put in this position like, all right, we're gonna film your whole process, like your amazing process with fashion in the magazine. And you're just like,
Right, like, okay.
Are you sure?
Right, for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, as we wrap up, I got one question in 3 different categories. What are you guys looking forward to this year? I mean, it's already February, but I'll ask you guys as the podcast, what are you guys looking forward to?
warm weather.
You want to do an outside recording? Is that what you?
That would be so lit.
Sophie,
That would be crazy.
She done take
Yo, that would be fire, like in the woods.
That would be
Oh,
crazy.
that would be.
Yo,
That
find like a
would be
cabin or something and do it outside.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
talked about that.
We did?
Yeah.
When?
We talked about a creatives retreat.
Oh yeah.
We
True.
talked about that.
I actually still have that document. I
Yeah.
was just talking to somebody about that.
Trying
But
to do
yeah,
a creative retreat. Y'all
Gotta
can
get some money.
Y'all can give us some money for that. So.
for sure. Yeah, like it was
Money.
gonna be
Yes,
right.
yes.
Money. But yeah, it was gonna be like a whole like weekend where it's like, because for me it was like, okay, how can we create this space where creatives can come and not only just get away from the city,
Yep.
work on projects that they're working on, probably have some like tutorials or people coming and speaking and teaching on various different things. So
Collaborate.
and then
Well, don't
just
tell
that,
everybody your idea.
right, for sure. But
Not too much.
that's all we got for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, outside that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Anything?
What was
Carry on.
your question though? I mean,
What are you looking forward to? So as the podcast, as a creative, and then just personally in general.
Personally, I'm looking forward to the warm weather because I like to be outside and things like that. From the podcast standpoint, I'm just excited for us to be back
Facts.
doing it. And I love that we're doing it. We're starting the season off earlier in the year than we did the last season.
True.
Because I just think that leaves us more space to
Absolutely.
be more consistent,
Absolutely.
which is very important to me.
Absolutely.
And then what was the other one?
So podcast, creative, and then individual or personally.
Oh, from a creative perspective, I have a couple ideas.
Oh.
She back out here.
And then what she'll do, she'll just bust out.
In terms of what though?
She'll just bust out.
I'm curious. I gotta know now.
I'm kind of all over the board, you know. I just
Like
kinda,
in the modeling aspect, in the painting aspect, or you just that's all you can tell us at this moment.
Yeah, it's just kind of in the boat. I'm very, you know, I don't want to say too much
for sure.
because then this universe will hear it and then it'll just be, you know, I don't want it to not be a thing. So I have some ideas that I'm excited about.
That's good. I'm excited to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's always
literally
dope work always.
The painter who rarely painted.
There you
Look.
go.
Hey, this is your tagline.
That's old.
You're
that's
not
old.
wrong. But
I have been kind of on a hiatus or whatever from creating, from doing photos, from writing.
that's okay.
Yeah, right. Because I was talking to Alfield about it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, man, I don't feel nothing. I don't want to do nothing. He's like, that's okay. That's okay.
Really?
That's okay. Because I was really mad at myself. Like, why aren't you producing something? Why aren't you motivated to do something? And I don't want to force the work, but to tie into that, as in what you're saying, what am I looking forward to? I was telling someone recently, I want to do things. I want to live life in the sense of this summer I want to hike.
Yeah.
I want to.
You want to live experiences.
Yeah, I want more. I want more experiences.
You want to be outside.
I want to be outside. I want to hike. I want to learn how to do jujitsu. I want to.
Fire.
Yeah, I just want to learn how to do some things because I feel like that's going to open me up. That's going to open me up, and I want to live life, a little bit more. So,
Facts.
I think me doing that is helping me kind of repair some damage in me.
That's important.
You know, that
You trying to get deep again, man.
I'll say this. I'll just
Full
say
circle.
Right. Literally.
I'll just say this, and please chime in on this. The terminology or the catchphrase of self-healing is thrown around so much these days. No, it's real. You have to heal yourself in order to produce.
Absolutely.
As a creative. And I didn't look at that. I was manufacturing a lot of my creativity based on you should do this, George. You're good at that. But I look at Sophie, and she's like the most pure creative I know. She is. Like seriously, she's the most pure creative I know, and she does it with
Tender.
just no effort.
That's
no
so
effort
sweet.
because she doesn't force it. You too, Alfield, and
Appreciate that.
I'm trying to get that. And I feel like, okay, man, you got to repair some things. You got to get your head right. You got to get your heart right. You got to live a life a little bit more and just let it come out.
Yeah, and I was going to ask, what was the reason for you feeling like you're just not going to create, and I think, you kind of dive into that.
Yeah, I felt a lot of what I was doing, relationships, creativity, everything, it was manufactured. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want my life to be like that.
Was there something causing the manufacture or influencing the manufacturers?
That's a whole nother podcast. But
On the next episode.
Exactly. but that, it plays into my mental health. And I had to go back and look at my childhood. I had to go back and look at my young adulthood.
Right.
And realize, okay, a lot of that is a fallacy, what you were doing. It was very false. And you were skating on thin ice, and you never built a solid foundation for who you are and what you are as a man and what you want to put out to the world.
Right.
And like I said, I'm just in a good space.
That's good.
I'm eating my Wheaties, blueberries, granola.
Antioxidants. So he getting his veggies in.
Yeah, so I'm just on this earthy thing where I'm trying to be better and love me and self-healing, all that wonderful stuff. Because I feel like that's going to make the work.
That's you, though. You say you disappear to a ranch any day. So
I will disappear on a farm or ranch, and you will not hear from me.
Well, you are well on your way, sir.
I am.
Right. Literally. I guess I'll go and I'll kind of let you, Tanasia, kind of end it. So for me, for the podcast, obviously, back to consistency, excited to see possibly, I have no idea who we're going to have on as guest future.
Which I have.
You got some ideas? Ooh, bet. So yeah, just excited for us to get back, for us to be consistent, to have new people on there to be able to to highlight and showcase. As a creative wise, I have no idea, and I think
that's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just thinking about last year and how things went, just kind of being like, hey man, you never, there's the you have no idea what's gonna happen as a creative, as an entrepreneur, all those kind of things. Right. So just kind of stepping into that space of seeing what's gonna happen. So
cool.
Tanasia.
The one and only, our beautiful guest.
Wrap us up.
This is going to be good, though. This is going to be real good.
I think what you said about wanting to just have experiences, like as soon as you said that, I was like, exactly. Like just wanting to be more present and wanting to just take things as they come. I think like COVID really taught me that I can't plan. Like I can't do too much focus on what could have been, should have been, would have been.
No dwelling on it.
No dwelling on it and just living in the moment. And when you do that, you realize like things happen as they should have.
That is so good.
So I'm just like, when it comes to any aspect, like whether it be creatively, just meeting people organically and just connecting and collaborating, and when it comes to even love, like when it comes to like whatever it may be, just living in the moment and having experiences. I hope to move back to London.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, who want to sponsor our Impermanence team trip to London?
And don't even ask why, because there's a million reasons, I'm sure.
Yes, right.
Think of on our
That's
own.
Another podcast.
Literally. I'm like, you want to move to London? Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely want to, by the end of this year. I'll be 25 this year, so I'm like, just got to start being very intentional, but also very just allowing God to lead.
I am
Yeah.
loving this. That is so dope. I love what you said. Living in the moment. That is so important. That is so important. But before we wrap up,
go ahead. Nah,
it was giving me that. I love our conversations.
Keep going, man. It's fine.
How do you do that? What prevents us from doing that? And how do you get through it? How do you get over it?
Honestly, it comes with, like you said, self-knowing, just knowing, like I know when I have those moments that I'm fighting myself to like do something, like I know what that feeling feels like, and I just fight through it. Like I said, I was nervous here, but I'm just like, just like I'm gonna do it anyway. Like I'm gonna just say what comes to my mind and not think too much.
Absolutely.
So I think just like doing that in everyday life, you see somebody on the street, they're like, oh, they're cool, like let me go talk to them, and you might have that voice that's like, nah, don't do it, being like, nah, I'm doing it, and just do it. And so I think there's really no like laid out step by step of what you should do. It's really just instant. Like it's just, I don't know.
She like, I just gotta tell you, I love that she was our first guest because like you're so inspiring.
Thank you.
So inspiring because you're bold with it. You're like, no, I'm going back to London.
Yeah, no, I'm out of here. I got to go.
She's like, I'm going back to London.
Sorry,
I'm
not
gonna
sorry.
do this. I'm like, it's so inspiring. We love having people on pod that we can feed off. It's not about us just firing questions. I'm trying to learn.
Yeah,
I'm trying to learn, and the fact you said living in the moment, like that's gonna be in my head for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna be calling Alfred or sending him a text like, "Hey, dude, you gotta live in the
Sending selfies. I'm living in the moment.
Look at me out here in the woods. I'm living in the moment.
I keep seeing that with y'all. I'm opening my heart up, and y'all keep.
I'm dead. Nah, send us a selfie, please.
Thank you. So
no,
much.
thank you for having me. Like honestly, this has been inspiring for me, just hearing y'all talk and hearing that y'all are liking what we're doing so far.
Absolutely.
It's just it's an inspiration to keep going and motivation. So I appreciate that.
For sure.
It is our pleasure.
Plugs. So impermanencemagazine.com or is it impermanencemag.com?
ImpermanenceMag.com.
Impermanence Mag on Instagram.
Yes.
Correct. So we'll post all the links.
Donate to the GoFundMe.
Right, GoFundMe link.
Money.
If you know some plugs for some grants for people to get us some funding, we definitely need that.
You want to plug your personal IG
as well too?
Go ahead.
My Instagram is Tanasia Najae. It's TANASIA NAJAE. Yes.
Hey man, season 2 just started.
Yes.
The goats are here. We back.
Here.
Let's get it.
Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Dave.
Facts.
Thank you.
David on the produce.
Yes.
Mary with the BTS shot. Stay tuned.
Once again, we have to thank GR MiFi for hosting us, allowing us to have this little hub and creative space just to create great things. Once again, I want to thank Rodney and Victor for hosting us and creating a space for us to create.